The God of the Bible, Yahweh, is in reality Enlil, an Anunnaki reptilian prince from the planet Nibiru. His brother Enki was actually the good prince, portrayed as the serpent that tried to save us from Enlil, who wanted to wipe us humans out. If you read the Bible from this perspective, it becomes so obvious this is true. I believe in God and in a supernatural creator of everything, but not in the story as told by the church. The true creator is not the God in the Bible, and trust me, I believed in the Bible my entire life, up until I did the research on my own. Our true God, who also created the Anunnaki, will not have all these mortal flaws exhibited throughout the Old Testament by Yahweh. God would not be jealous or vengeful or set man out to battle to kill another man. God would not ask us to sacrifice animals that He created or be pleased by the smell of burning lambs and bulls. This is clearly a mortal being, a reptile, as crazy as that sounds, that desires these things, not the creator of all, who is flawless. I wish we could move on from the discussion of if the Anunnaki created us and move forward to have a conversation on what now. Instead of wasting space trying to convince people who have never read any of Stitchen's books or read anything about the Anunnaki that we were created by the Anunnaki, we should consider this as a fact and instead be discussing what this means to us going forward and what we are facing when Nibiru returns to our solar system in 2060. According to the Sumerian timetables. Now that we know we are nothing but slaves created by the Anunnaki from Nibiru by mixing our ape-man DNA with their superior Anunnaki DNA, we were made to mine gold for this more advanced reptilian race. It is a trip and sounds insane to the uneducated masses. Over a series of published books, starting with The Chariots of the Gods in 1968, Swiss author Erich von Däniken claimed that extraterrestrials, or ancient astronauts, had visited a prehistoric Earth. Von Däniken explains that the origins of religions as reactions to contact with an alien race, and offers interpretations of Sumerian text and the Old Testament as evidence. In his 1976 book, The 12th Planet, Russian-American author Zikoria Sitchin claimed that the Anunnaki were actually an advanced humanoid extraterrestrial species from the undiscovered planet Nibiru, who came to Earth around 500,000 years ago and constructed a base of operations in order to mine gold after discovering that the planet was rich in precious metal. According to Sitchin, the Anunnaki hybridized their species and Homo erectus via in vitro fertilization in order to create humans as a slave species of miners. Sitchin claimed that the Anunnaki were forced to temporarily leave Earth's surface and orbit the planet when Antarctic glaciers melted, causing the Great Flood, which also destroyed the Anunnaki's base on Earth. These had to be rebuilt, and the Anunnaki, needing more humans to help in this massive effort, taught mankind agriculture. Ronald H. Fritz writes that according to Stitchen, the Anunnaki built the pyramids and all of the other monumental structures from around the world that ancient astronaut theorists considered so impossible to build without highly advanced technologies. Stitchen went on to explain on this mythology in later works, including The Stairway to Heaven, 1980, and The Wars of Gods and Men, 1985. In The End of Days, Armageddon, and The Prophecy of the Return, 2007, Stitchen predicted that the Anunnaki would return to Earth, possibly as soon as 2012. Some specialize in saying 2060 that would be my opinion, corresponding to the end of the Masonic long count calendar, or the Mayan calendar, which has turned out to be untrue. Stinton's writings have been universally rejected by mainstream historians, who have labeled his books as pseudo-archaeology, asserting that Sitchin seems to deliberately misrepresent Sumerian texts by quoting them out of context and mistranslating Sumerian words to give them radically different meanings from their accepted definitions. So, do with that as you will. I'm not here to preach about religion, just give a lot of theories about what other people believe, not necessarily what I believe or would like you to believe. It's just a thought, and let's pray the anunnaki come back in peace.
Thank you.